You believe that children are being abused by pedophiles in Hollywood.
Absolutely.
So why are you sitting down talking to me? Why aren't you sitting down with the police right now?
I've told the police. In fact, if anybody wants to go back to 1993 when I was interviewed by the Santa Barbara Police Department, I sat there and I gave them the names. They're on record. They have all of this information, but they were scanning Michael Jackson. All they cared about was trying to find something on Michael Jackson.
For years, there has been a long-standing conspiracy theory that Hollywood and the elites harvest the blood of young people and transfuse it in order to reverse age. And now the Epstein files might have revealed that that is in fact true.
No, they eat. That is not bull. It's true.
So it's not just the dogs and the cats, not just the pets.
It's not just the dogs and the cats. They're full-on vampires. And everybody still thinks I'm crazy.
Epstein is Pizzagate. Let that sink in for a minute. Jeffrey Epstein is Pizzagate. 10 years ago, Pizzagate was by far the #1 trending topic on Twitter. But the claim of elites who preyed on it was so insane that Pizzagate was shrugged off as a wild fever dream of a conspiracy theory. I was the first mainstream reporter to dare give the facts surrounding Pizzagate. My corporate career was destroyed over it, so what? My professional reputation was obliterated, that wasn't fun. And I wasn't the only one. Anyone who dared to suggest that this might be true was blacklisted, shadow banned, or thrown off of social media. But then, just days ago, the largest dump of Epstein files revealed what some of us have been telling you for a decade, that Pizzagate is real.
Stop people from wanting to scale the wall to get in his house, because on the other side of that wall is Beyonce, Jay-Z, and every big star you want to know. T.D. was there too, but I don't know if he was busting open. I'm just saying. Because they said that too about the good bishop.
Jason Lee is currently running for his life after he dug a little too deep and allegedly found names who weren't even named in the official Epstein files. It turns out there are a lot more of them than the DOJ reported. Jason has been very vocal about this Epstein stuff for years. So, if anyone knows the celebrities who were on that island messing, it would be him. Now, as most of y'all already know, the DOJ finally released the files after years of playing hide-and-seek with them. And the names of them sent the internet into a frenzy. Bill Clinton, Trump, Steve Bannon, Kevin Rudd, Naomi Campbell, Push A.T., Jay-Z, many more were in it. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. The files also contained emails, photos, and even videotapes that confirm everything the victims were saying. Some were also unalived and moved up, and the rest were drained of all their fluid to make potions for these celebrities to remain young. Yes, you heard that. Now, when it comes to the celebrities who have been participating in this demonic mess, Chrissy Teigen seems to be the #1 suspect. If her numerous botched face surgeries weren't already enough to make you know just how obsessed she is with staying young, these Epstein files will. In fact, people pulled out several disturbing tweets that she had made in the past in which she basically told on herself. But because no one knew what was going on at the time, we really didn't think much of it. She made several PDF file tweets like these that said, "Seeing girls do the splits half-clawed is just, I want to put myself in jail. Hashtag toddlers and tiaras. I just saw a baby that looked like a corn star. Like a trashy do-anything corn star. Is this wrong to think I am going to jail over pizza?" And in case you're wondering what pizza even means and why so many celebrities love bringing it up, well, according to a report that was released by the FBI, it's one of the many code words that a lot of PDF files in the industry use. Hot dog stands for boy. Pizza stands for girl. Cheese stands for little girl. Pasta stands for little boy. Ice cream stands for male. Walnut stands for person of color. MAP stands for male bodily fluid. And sauce stands for group freak-offs.
Been a long-standing conspiracy theory that Hollywood and the elites harvest the blood of young people and transfuse it in order to reverse age. And now the Epstein files might have revealed that that is in fact true. In this email to Jeffrey Epstein, it says, all you need is a blood transfusion from the pack and you reverse aging. This is where adrenochrome comes into play. It is a real chemical compound found in the when the body is in a fight or flight situation. And we know that the kids that were involved in Jeffrey Epstein's network were definitely put into fight or flight. And of course, we've seen Hollywood elites like Chrissy Teigen tweet about how they're going to a party where they're serving up 4-year-old cheese pizza with adrenochrome and of course the eye emoji. And according to the FBI code words, cheese stands for little girl and pizza stands for girl. Now back to the email. The subject is Dr. Agus, a professor of medicine and biomedical engineering at USC, pretty local to Hollywood. He is also the founding director and CEO of the Ellison Medical Institute. You know, the medical institute funded by Larry Ellison, the new owner of TikTok. And he's also hosted a Paramount show with big celebs like Ashton Kutcher and Oprah Winfrey. If you know...
And in case you think it can't possibly get any worse, this creepy interview Chrissy did a while back also went viral. In the interview, she straight up admitted that she would be down to do Taste Human. Can you believe that? She said this on camera.
I would eat a human. If you were at a very fancy restaurant and they were like a tiny piece of meat.
No. I think the only way
you wouldn't try a tiny bite?
No.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Oh, but it doesn't stop there. Oprah Winfrey was also exposed. And according to the receipts that people are putting out, her all-girls school in South Africa is allegedly connected to this. Right from when Oprah opened that school, there have been a lot of controversies surrounding it, including some of the students getting kidnapped, some getting SA, and newborns being found in trash bins. Now, for those of y'all who somehow don't know about Oprah School in South Africa, it opened in 2007, and since then, there have been nothing but strange things happening there. For starters, the dorm matron, Virginia Tiny Makopo, got charged with 13 counts of SA. Oprah flew all the way to South Africa to apologize and do some damage control, but it didn't work. In fact, things got worse in 2011 when an infant was found dumped in the bag of one of the students. And according to the now-deceased American actor Isaac Cappy, Oprah allegedly built the school to have an endless supply of youngins for her rituals. In fact, not too long after Isaac started revealing all this, he was found dead.
Oprah is a slave trader. Let that sink in, it's 100% true. Oprah Winfrey is a slave trader. Why do you think she has that school in South Africa? Why does she hang out with who she hangs out with? Oprah Winfrey is a slave.
Anyway, moving on. Do y'all remember when Bill Gates was asked on national television if he regretted his relationship with Epstein? And he just sat there and lied, claiming that they only had to say that was nothing but a blatant lie. Because in the Epstein files that got released, not only are there photos of him and Epstein with girls, there was also an email he sent to Epstein begging him, asking him for antibiotics to give Melinda without her knowing because he had caught an STD from Russian girls. Fast forward to 2021, she divorced him and walked away with over $29.6 billion. And of course, we cannot talk about the celebrities that were exposed without bringing up Jay-Z. He is probably the most talked about of all of them. And it's for good reason. You see, the thing with Jay-Z is that he isn't just associated with Epstein. He was also allegedly in business with Diddy and R. Kelly. He did a whole joint album with R. Kelly, even after he was exposed for getting intimate with 15-year-old Aaliyah. And then he went on to stay in business with Diddy all the way until he was incriminated. And guess who has been trying to warn us about this for years? Jason Lee. A while back, he flat out threatened to release Never Before, heard incriminating evidence about Beyoncé and Jay-Z after Beyoncé failed to invite him to the Renaissance movie premiere.
I'm gonna say it here because if I did, this internet, Beyonce's good internet, would go crazy. I'm gonna tell them while Johnny puts a beep over this part of the show, so you'll never know what it is, but I want you to see their reactions, and I'm going to do it right now.
Now, for those of y'all who didn't know, Jason and Diddy had a business relationship. He had a show on Revolt TV. Jason also said the parties Diddy used to throw would have so many high-profile people, including Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Diddy would sometimes go as far as hiring military-level security to make sure no one sneaked in and took photos. But right after this,
stop people from wanting to scale the wall to get in his house because on the other side of that wall is Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and every big star you want to know. Was there too, but I don't know if he was busting open. I'm just saying. Because they said that too about the good bishop. This is what I hate about the internet. If you say it is true, if you think it is...
Jason ran to his show and revealed that he had been getting death threats. Jason said the reason he was even telling us this was so that in case anything happened to him, we'd know that who was responsible.
Jay-Z, you're watching. I know you're watching, but you got people calling me. Stop having people call me. You can call me yourself. You know how to get my number. You know you got people calling me. Call me yourself, because this right here is gonna go viral. The way my job works on the internet, everybody's gonna be clipping, sharing on TikTok. Watch this. Do your thing, TikTok. Jay-Z and Beyonce is gonna see this. I am exhausted with people calling me about Jay-Z and Beyonce. You've never called for anything else, and I haven't even said anything about you yet. And yet
But it's safe to say that none of these threats on Jason's life are going to stop him, because the Instagram blog that he owns, Hollywood Unlocked, has still been heavily reporting all the updates on the Epstein case, and he won't stop doing it anytime soon. In the meantime, people had their thoughts like this person who said, Epstein may be dead, but that kind of evil doesn't die. It's taken over by another. I'm sure someone else is standing in his place continuing the chaos. They just haven't been busted yet. Another person said, I'm going to say something a lot of people won't like. A lot of those celebrities who were in the files are the most outspoken about what's going on with ICE right now to try to get positive press and be seen in a positive way. They don't actually care what's going on. That's why they live in gated mansions with security. But y'all don't want to hear that. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about all these celebrities getting exposed for being on Epstein's island? And do you really think Jason is a target right now because of how outspoken he is? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.